I want to talk to you a little bit about the CITA court. Mm-hmm. So maybe you can just talk about your daughter and her experience in CITA court. Your feelings about. I know she's graduated.
Yes.
So maybe just talk a little bit about that.
First of all, I think it's a very good program to keep the kids out of the juvenile system that don't necessarily need to be there. It's a whole different issue when you're dealing with mental health things. And sometimes they do the criminal things, but they get lost in the system. So if they have this, they can concentrate on the mental health issues, get the help that they need, mm-hmm. and help them to turn their life around and straighten it out before they get too deep into trouble.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think the CITA court did that?
I think it was wonderful that it was even in existence, because as a parent, you can tell your child there's things that you need to do, but unless they hear it from other people, it doesn't really sink in. So that there was a group of people saying the same things. These are some of the tools that's going to help you. And if you do these things, you know, the end result. And then the child can hear it, you know, whereas maybe they won't listen to their parents.
Mm-hmm. You know. Yeah, so you felt like you weren't alone.
Yes, exactly. You know, there's a support system there for the parents. You know, when you get to, I'm at my wit's end, I don't know what to do, then maybe they can come up with something that you never thought of because you're so emotional involved in it, and they're out of it, and they can say, well, how about this? And you go, oh, I never thought of that, you know. So mm-hmm. It's a very good program.
Great. And how do you think the experience with the court has changed you and your daughter and the families, the relationships?
A little more understanding. If you haven't gone through being in the court system, you know, you just like, and then when you get finished with this and it's like, it's not so bad, you wish you didn't have to come here, but when you know that you're coming and there's people there to help you, then it's easier to swallow, you know. Just judgments, all those things that if you haven't gone through with it, you make these assumptions, these kids are this or these kids are that, or that was my kid, I would do this. That's not always the way. And just more understanding, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The probation department having people there that understood the mental health issues, but they also had the juvenile issues, and they could stay firm with that and not just go, oh, well, they got a problem. They got a problem, but they also have to follow the rules, and there's consequences for the things that you do. So all the regular stuff is also reinforced. Mm-hmm. And so it's not like, oh, I have a mental health issue, I'm going to get an escape. No. So, yeah, I appreciate having the mental health court there so that they can look past that and say, okay, what's really going on here? I know they provide testing. We didn't actually get any of that because we had already done that, but they provide testing. So if some of these kids have never even had any psychological tests and things like that, it's an opportunity for those things to be done. You know, if nothing else but to rule it out and say, okay, we're not dealing with this, or we're not, but not knowing what you're dealing with. So it's a good thing to have.